I'm thrilled that Dove and Susan are here. When I heard and saw their video in church, I was really just so deeply moved. It really expressed my struggle with how I'm feeling about our country right now. But it left me feeling inspired and hopeful without deleting or bypassing some of the sad feelings that I have. It was so representative of that, so beautifully done. Susan is a very dear friend of mine from church, and she is a wonderful musician and singer. She is an award-winning performer. She's been on Broadway, does voiceover work, recording, directing, producing, voice coaching. Also, I'm going to add teaching to that. Dove is a newer friend of mine, and he's a classical New Age violinist, composer, songwriter, environmental advocate. And I am just so thrilled to have them both here. Thank you so much for coming.
And we are thrilled. Thank you so much for having us. What a great idea. We love it. So we're going to show the video first. Okay.
Okay, let me get here.
This is a prayer for America, from sea to shining sea. What will our story be in the book of history? Will we love the land we stand on? Will we find the common thread to weave the quilt of caring till all are housed and fed? America, this is my prayer. This is my prayer for you. This is a prayer for America. Honor nature's law, to stand like purple mountains whose strength fills us with awe, to feel the goodness of the people from every land, to feel at ease. Join the choir of humanity, walk the path in peace. America, America, this is my prayer. This is my prayer for you. Shine the light of justice to places needing light. Honor freedom's promise, leave no soul behind. To know that we are one is a truth we can embrace, that we are all a part of this divine human race. Pray for America, let her soar as the eagle flies, with dignity and reverence through beautiful spacious skies. A mighty land for all the people, living free, whose spirit is pure. With truth, our guiding light, let liberty endure. America, America, this is my prayer. This is my prayer. A prayer for us all. prayer for the innocent. Protect them so they don't fall. Children are the best of who we are, the hope we're dreaming of, the living proof of a country built on light and love. America, America, this is my prayer. 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 This is my prayer for you. America is my prayer. This is my prayer. Everybody for you.
Okay.
America, America.
This is my
prayer.
prayer.
This is my
My
prayer. This is my prayer for
For
you.
you.
Yes.
It brings
Thank
me
you,
to tears
Kim.
it brings me to tears every time. Every time I've been it so many times.
Yeah.
Oh, Patricia's crying too. Aw, sweet. Okay.
We want to hear your responses and what type of things music can do, collaborations can do, and how to hold the space for working together.
To Dove and I being creators, we feel that, music is such a universal connecting thing, and this song is there to inspire and encourage and uplift you all. But we'd love to hear from you. So what do you think? How'd you feel?
Well, I'm
Mary
first in
Grace?
line. Guess I'll kick off. And we got hands up here at the top, Susan. So, yeah. First of all, to answer your direct question, no, I loved it. I thought it was intended as a slideshow to music, and it worked perfectly that way. And then when I saw video come out, I thought, oh, that's great. So there's another component here, and I got the imagery and I got the music. It was beautiful. I too was brought to tears. I want to commend you for that. One thing I was curious about, technically, it looked like you had the entire, like you had a Zoom call with singers there. So I want to hear about that, the technical part about that. But mainly, I loved the inclusiveness, the people of different backgrounds, and the ideals from George Washington. I mean, the Enlightenment ideals that we have, I think most of us aspired to live by. I think those were very clearly expressed. So all in all, big plaudits to you, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, there was a challenge on different levels to pull this off, as far as being writing the song and recording it. The process was, I don't know if you've heard, but Susan and I live close to each other, and it turns out she is a vocal coach, and I needed some vocal coaching, and so I showed up for week after week with her to enhance my vocal technique. And I brought with me the latest song that I was working on. And after many weeks, this song showed up, and then Susan was there to help me complete it and add her parts and her ideas, and then bring it into the studio with our producer, who happened to be my high school classmate. I didn't know, and she'd been working with him for years, and he's just a sweetheart and a great producer. And so we had this experience of week after week going in the studio and recording it, and bringing parts, bringing it alive, and Susan singing, and Tony playing piano, and then I played violin and guitar, and just eventually we got it done. And then we decided there had to be a video. We brought in a friend of ours, Stephen, and started filming. And I brought in through here at my studio and doing it on iMovie, different scenes from our live Susan's performance, just like she's on stage, a Broadway performer that she is. She came through on and delivered, and then we added different shots. Some of them were processed through AI to make it appear certain things. Some of them were the real thing, and we wanted to sort of highlight as much of the diversity there is, and feature the principles that basically were in there, that we can soar with dignity and reverence through beautiful, spacious skies. We took the ideas of Catherine Lynn Bates to the America the Beautiful, a couple of those concepts, and brought them alive. And we wanted to honor nature's law, and remind us that we're dependent upon nature, and that we have to preserve it, and through images, as well as this community serves the poor, serves as spiritual guidance. So we want to weave a quilt of caring, and find the threads that tie us together, and there's just the words bring out images and ideas that we would like to rise us above these the separations that are going on, the animosity, the we're sort of off the rails here, and we have to pick each other up. We have to remember that we have to do this with kindness to each other. And we've had a lot of times. We've had 9/11, we've had COVID, we've had to pull through really hard times in this country, and we watch things we don't like, we don't admire, but we still have to stay true to our dignity, our integrity with each other. And that's why this kind of group is really wonderful, that we can practice that and have many reflections of the goodness that we are.
Dove and I, he lives around the corner from me, literally. So that was like such a, yay. And it turns out we both love a particular park. It's called Franklin Canyon. And it just became a given that we would actually film the music video there, because it's a wonderful place. But the irony was that, I've been working with Tony Campadonico for years, and I couldn't wait for Tony's, as you know, Mary Grace, and those who come from the North Hollywood Oneness Center. He's brilliant. And I couldn't wait for him to meet Dove. And Dove walks in the door and goes, "Oh my God, Tony, Dove," they went to the high school together. So all these things just kept, bringing us all together in such an interesting way. And we spent weeks working on just the track. And because there's so many layers to it, and Dove bringing his violin and his abilities, and Tony with his orchestrating, and it just was such a joy, putting all that together. And then it became very clear that we needed to make a music video, because as we know, this world is really upside down right now. That's how it feels. And Dove and I, being the creatives that we are, felt it was important to do something that will make a difference in our lives, and having music, that's our thing. We decided to do it this way, to make a difference. And we didn't make it political. We kept it really spiritual, and with all the ideals that our country, because we're an incredible nation, comprised of the most amazing, diverse people. And the things that make us different is what is so beautiful about us. So, and everyone here knows that. And that's what's so important. And one of my my favorite lyrics in this song, and I couldn't wait to get this in there, you know, is the bridge. But to know that we are one is a truth that we can embrace, that we are all part of this divine human race. So it was just so important to us to put that, to, you know, to create this film, because I see it as a film. I know it's a music video, but I feel it's more of a film. So please go on YouTube and look up This Is a Prayer for America. Watch it on a large screen TV and have your experience all over again, please.
I just wanted to put it out to the group as far as the idea that we call this a prayer for America, and yet we're reminding ourselves what we can do. We're reminding ourselves. I think prayer could be something that evolves over time, over civilizations. That it's a word that we can all embrace and not and use it in the best way. That it's our time to contemplate. It's our time to think, what actions can we do? What's the best strategy? And to remind us to get a mirror of our higher selves, which in this time of social media, of disinformation, a time of confusion, that we wanted to hold a marker of who we think we can aspire to, and that's through what we learned through our being amongst the spiritual community. I've known Sam for years, and Patricia and Bonnie, to see you all through the different groups over the years. We're all helping each other get to a higher place. And this is like a talisman that Susan and I were able to bring pieces of the church, of our beautiful nature, of just things together to string a string of pearls that we can wear once in a while and feel good about our country.
I've been waiting to congratulate you both on this exquisite, holy collaboration.
Wow.
And the musical I wrote is along the same theme of celebrating our diversity and glorying in it. And I think that the artists of the world should be put in charge of running the world, because artists know how to collaborate. And you can see that in every inch of the frame, when all the people you talked about. And I had this crazy idea about 20 years ago, but I wasn't able to put it into action. But to have at the UN at the beginning of every general session, before any decisions were ever made, the first thing in the morning, that they would have a minimum of 2 musicians playing together, preferably from warring nations, from nations that are not speaking to each other. And that before they would deliberate and talk about the issues of the day, they would experience the harmony between 2 people who come from different and opposing sides of the world. And I think that artists understand something that certainly politicians and government officials don't understand. And that is that we each have a talent, but we miss something from the other person that's not complete. We need the engineers in the studio. We need the other musicians, and that the cello player is a terrific cello player. We can't expect him to be the violinist and so forth. So congratulations. I plan to share this. I've been part of the interfaith community for 40 years, and I truly believe that if anything can bring healing to the world, it's through music and the arts. So my hat's off to both of you.
Thank you so much.
I'm so grateful I got to see this at church, but I wanted to tell you and Dove, seeing it again, how important it is that more of us hear this message. And I'll tell you why. When they were having the soccer people playing from all over the world, there were a lot of interviews about perception of America, and most of them were terrified to come here because of what the media has created, this horrible message about how horrible America is. And every single person who shared on YouTube had said how fabulous this country was, how vast it is, how wonderful the people are here, how generous and loving and kind. So there's this misconception And people who live in America are getting so pressed down with this horrible message. And you and Dove have created a gem. It should be spread out to the world. I'm going to find it on YouTube and share it to every single person that I know, because I think we all need to be reminded that it's not the government who makes America, it's its people and its geography and its, the culture. And we have such a rich country, and we're just getting so misconceived. So thank you for creating this, because now we have a way of spreading good news rather than bad news. So I
Yes.
love you both. I'm happy to see you on Sunday. And this
You're
is so
sweet.
remarkable. It was so nice to see it again, because it just is so powerful, and can't help but weep, because I think we want to be joyous and love where we live. So thank you for reminding us of this with this beautiful video. So
Well,
hats
Thank
off.
you for that.
welcome.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
And
Wow.
I just want to say that that we're having feelings about it is part of the process here, because feelings are certainly the healing. As we all know, we need the emotions to bring our visualizations into being. We need the power of our emotions. We've been blocked because it's hard to feel what we've been feeling, because it's just not a good feel the last time, this time we're in. And so we shut off our feelings, but that's dangerous. That's not helpful. We need to be in touch with our feelings, whether it's the frustrations we're having, the the disappointment we're having, or the gratitude we're having. We have that, it all goes together, and this sort of opens the door a little bit. And if we could keep it open as long as we can, and just expand our feelings to the great, gratitude for being alive, for wherever we are in America, we're contributing to it through our plants, through Thomas's giving out his plants to people. He's sharing, he's trying to make America grow. And we all have that gift to whatever we can do to put our seeds out there with our feelings, and feel good about ourselves too. So we want people to feel good about their contribution to America.
Yes. And I kind of see us all as the army of light and love, and just spreading that love everywhere. And I love, Lisa, that you want to share this with everyone. So, and if you all, feel so moved to share it and like and comment and subscribe, this really helps put that video out there more and more. And I have this vision, and I think Dove joins me in this. I think we need to have a new national anthem, our anthem with the bombs bursting in air and all that. I mean, I think we're due for a new anthem, and this could be that.
Yes.
But more people have to get behind it and be sharing it. It needs to be
really
sung
agree with
by
that.
other artists, by major artists. It needs to be out there in a really big way. So we are open to any ideas you may have, and if you want to share it, if you know someone who'd be great singing it, who would put it to millions more people, yes, 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 more power to us. Thank you. Yes, Mary Grace.
So Bonnie
What were you gonna
Janofsky actually had her hand up first.
Oh, okay.
So I agree with everything that is said. I saw Whitney said. Anyway, that brings tears to my eyes so much, because oh my gosh, so going backwards and stuff. But several things I noticed. It gives me hope, and the melody, especially the chorus, that's etched in my mind. Of course, musicians, I remember music, but and the words, it's so singable. Oh my gosh, that's great idea to make it a new national anthem. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And every frame of it, and every note, every sound is perfect. It's absolutely fantastic. And I'm thinking, giving thought to, certainly I can share with people, but I am definitely giving thought to anyone that I could send to that can help get it out. I mean, yeah. musicians. So super congratulations and so
Thank you,
grateful.
Bonnie.
This the hope and everything helps so much for all that's going on.
Thank you, Bunny, for your sweet thoughts. We appreciate that. Thank you.
So, I get so tearful watching it each time. It feels so good to, I guess, feel joyful and happy about my country. I have not felt that for a very long time. And wow, what a wonderful idea to have a new national anthem. I haven't said this to a lot of people. I haven't sung our national anthem for many years, any of them. You know, there's several America songs that don't feel authentic. This feels authentic. I feel hopeful. I feel inspired. I'm going to send out the link, your YouTube link, out to our Mastery Circle group. We have several hundred people on it.
Wow.
And gosh, let me know how I can help to spread this word. I just think
Mary Grace, just by being you, and look what
Yeah, you're
you've
doing
brought.
it.
You've already doing it. You've brought these wonderful people, to this whole experience. So we are so grateful for that. Thank you. And if any of you belong to temples, and we've performed this song in so many different places, at temples, at churches, other people have sung this song. Dove, he belongs to he plays the piano. He's a musical director at a church group, and they've been singing the song. And I actually came in as a guest and sang a little part of it once. But if you belong to other organizations, whether it be temples, churches, everywhere, I mean, we'd so appreciate that if you'd share this and have other people sing it. We have the lead sheet available if people want to learn the song or sing it with their choir. This could go in so many different directions. So let's spread the word, and
I
thank
want
you,
your
thank
voice.
you.
I want your voice. I don't want
Aw.
somebody else performing.
Other people singing it is really kind of it's very interesting and it's very exciting, and I love it as a composer. It's really wonderful to hear your words sung by someone else as well. So I'm okay with it. And yes, I want my version to be out there too. Absolutely.
Yeah, Susan and Dove, I want to thank you. What an incredible song. Bill mentioned how inclusive it is of people. And thank God, I assume Dove was focused a lot on nature, the eagle and the horses running in the redwood. And I've always been grateful that I was born in this country, but this takes it to a different level, really a level of love and appreciation for the beauty of nature and the beauty of all the people, diverse people here. So thank you both.
You're welcome. Glad to hear that.
Thank you,
That's
Sam. That was very
genuine.
sweet. Thank you.
Christine has her hand up, and she's a filmmaker. For the
Just so you know, I put the link also in chat.
Thank you, Tim. I just wanted to say this is wonderful, and the reason why I wanted to share, why I wanted to get the link directly is because later today I'm talking with someone who does a lot of work with some major musicians. So anyway, so I'm glad to have the link and already put it to someone who may be able to get some other. I think the idea of having different people, I mean, this is a beautiful version and the imagery is incredible, and the message is incredible, but just to hear it covered by different kinds of musicians could be really, really cool. And anyway, sort of makes me think about what is it? We Are the One.
We are the world. Yeah, we are the world.
Yeah, We Are the World. Yeah, just even just snippets kind of thing. But congratulations, and a beautiful idea to do this, because like all of us, it's a very weighty time to be out there. And I have to say, I really haven't. When I've heard the national anthem, I didn't really realize it, but I haven't been participating. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Christine. That's all great ideas. Thank you. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing your films. So if you would, share with us or send them to Mary Grace so we can get to see them, that would be great.
Yeah, Tim was able to resolve the problem. Thankfully, thank you, Tim. And Susan and I wanted to get the ball rolling here. Sometimes you realize you just have to pick it up and put your energy to it. And she's so meticulous and so much experience with being on stage and performing and teaching that she wanted to be accurate as possible and take this to the degree that we could as amateur filmmakers, but professional musicians. This is our gift, and of course, as you said, it could go beyond this with more professional and other artists, and just to get different takes on it. So really appreciate you thinking of that.
So, but I just want to say the experience of this was kind of like, the Judy and Mickey movies that they did, well, I have an idea for a show and I have a barn. Okay, let's all put on a show. So, that was kind of how all this really came together. And it's like, well, I know a really great record producer and I know a place we could film it, at Franklin Canyon. And so we were just in our enthusiasm and love and our inspiration for wanting to portray this wonderful country that we're in. And I feel so sad when I was hearing some commentator was, talking, he was in Europe and talking to Europeans and just how they feel about America now makes me so sad because we are such a great country. So it's all been kind of shaken up right now, but I feel that with this upside down world feeling that it's all going to finally settle and it's going to be better than ever. So I feel very hopeful that we're all getting a chance to see how do we really feel about stuff and making people much more conscious so that we don't become complacent, and just kind of expect things to keep on keeping on. We need to have our voices heard, and we need to be those voices for those who can speak. So for our planet, for Mother Earth, for nature, for wildlife, for all this, and we were finding images, 3 o'clock in the morning. I would, I'm great at 3 o'clock in the morning. I wake up and I come up with all kinds of ideas, and Dove, we need to use this and we need to use that. And so anyway, so between the two of us, and we're so passionate about our love for our country and for nature and for peace and for love and kindness. And Dove, he works with feeding the unhoused. He's a big proponent doing that. Oh my God, the work that he does in that area is unbelievable, So God bless Dove for all, and I'm sure all of you are doing stuff, to help others and do kind things to raise the vibration of this world. That's why I feel we're this army of light and love. That's how I see it. So,
and there's the ones that have been doing this before us. So when I went to the Earth Summit in 1992, I got to meet John Denver and play violin with him while he was singing, and I've just looked towards people like that who've stood for important causes and always looking for an opportunity to use my talents and to contribute. And then with the violin in this, I thought, what do you guys think about that? That was like a little bit of Americana fiddle kind of flavor to start out with, and just create a vibe with the violin, which is unusual for rock videos, and just give a calming tone to it as a secondary voice. But the violin, Thomas Jefferson played the violin, and he went through a lot to to bring forth the idea of all people are created equal. He represented slaves before he wrote the Declaration of Independence, and met opposition. And so his words were tried out in certain times and then brought into use for the Declaration. And these are new concepts back then, to think in these ways. So we're bringing forth, reigniting some of this passion that's in our country.
And our ideals as a country, and the things that we're based on truths, and that's why we made sure that was in there, and that all men are created equal, so we were trying to get throw everything in there in the 4.5 minutes.
We can remind ourselves that with truth, our guiding light, that it's a time that truth needs to be something that brings us together, that shows us the way through the darkness, and comes from within, and from our meditations, from each other. So it's an exciting time. I think Susan's trying to say that there's opportunities here where we can pick up where things need to be put into the higher position.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed. Thank you
I
so
see
much.
I see people being very enthusiastic, wanting to respond.
Yes,
Ruth,
go,
Bill,
go.
and
Yes.
Tim. So Ruth.
Yeah, this project serves another very important purpose. I don't know whether you've heard of appreciative inquiry, but it became a way of analyzing how to make things better. And it came from consultants who were hired for a company that 10% were discontent, and the owner wanted 100% that everybody be happy. And as they were asking what the people felt was wrong with the company, that more and more people started leaving. And the more they asked about what was wrong with the company, more and more people left. And the owner of the company was really angry at the consultants. And he said, I hired you to make things better, but things are worse. And so the consultant, give us a few moments. We know what's going on. And so they came back and they started interviewing people from the company about why they liked the company, why they stayed. And then people started bringing up all kinds of things the company had done to support them personally and the collaboration. And soon people who left started coming back. So this is a time in the country when it's so easy to criticize everything. And when you hear someone speaking badly of America, you can either agree with them, make it worse, or you can remind them of why America is such an incredible, unique place in the world. So this film I see as part of the appreciative inquiry. And if people start remembering about who we are and emphasizing the good things, we can bring it back. So that's why your work is so, so important right now.
Thank you,
God
Ruth.
bless you.
Bill,
Thank
Bill
you,
has
Ruth.
his hand up.
Yes, thank you, Mary Grace. And mindful of time, I'll try to keep this very quick.
Yeah.
I put a little note there in the chat. Your song so reminds me of this beautiful song by Julie Gold, who wrote the Song of the Year a few years ago, From a Distance, which Bette Midler sang. It's very much in that spirit. So anyway, I just it's something to similarly be inspired by. And all the best to you guys. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Bill.
Your voice,
Thanks.
Bill, is something to be inspired by. The way you speak, I really appreciate your voice.
Thanks. I do some voice work.
Okay, I noticed that.
Thank you.
I'd like to say, yeah, it's on the Earth Harmony channel YouTube page, as well as Susan Edwards Martin's YouTube page as well. So it's on 2 YouTube pages. And if you want to subscribe to both of those, that would help us keep us up, getting our numbers up, and we can reach more people.
I will send that link out to everybody. And Tim wanted to say something. We're getting close to the end, so that's why I'm kind of keeping it going here.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe, and so have many Tibetan Turtons, masters, the Hopi Indians, different Edgar Casey. We are in the time of the Great Awakening. There's no doubt about this. This has been foretold for hundreds and hundreds of years. So what's going on right now needs to be what's going on. There's a bigger hand at play here. And people, these sorts of negative things are causing people to awaken, to raise their consciousness, to disagree with what's happening. And it's all part of a new birth process. A new humanity is in the process of being born. So we shouldn't be wrapped around the axle in fear on all that's going on. This is a very important time. Everybody here incarnated to be a part of this, to raise the energy, to raise the consciousness. And as your consciousness raises, your energy impacts the entire collective and pulls everybody up. So I just wanted to mention that. We are so lucky to have this group and all these other groups that are literally fomenting a whole new energy and a whole new humanity. And thank you for your help in doing this.
I'm so sad we're at the end of the.
I know. There's more to talk
hour.
about.
We have to have a little bit of time for business, but I can't thank you two enough. Thank you so much for coming. I will send out your information and links to everybody. and everybody I know also.
I have a quick question, Mary Grace. So I know you recorded this. Do we have permission to use some of what people have said about the video for our
Sure.
PR marketing?
You
Everyone's
know,
okay with that?
well, I ask individuals. It's okay with Sam and I.
Okay.
Is anybody not okay with your comments being shared? Great.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you
Good.
so
Tim
much.
will-
Yes, thank you.